بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. So yesterday we started chapter 9, which is negation, and we talked about negation of جملة فعلية, ماضي, مضارع, and also future tense, مستقبل. And we also talked about negation of جملة اسمية using ما and ليس, and we did a summary of all that. And we started on the drills. So basically we did section 2 of drill number 1 of chapter 1. So drill chapter 9, part 1, that's where we started. You can follow up in the drill book later on. So we continue with this drill. Unless maybe if there's any question from yesterday or any clarifications, we can take that and then we can continue. Okay. So we go to section 3. And section 3, we are required to translate the following ayat using the word bank provided. So they've given us this table and it has different words. And basically, we're supposed to use these words to translate this ayat. So we have قل لا أقول لكم عندي خزائن الله ولا أعلم الغيب ولا أقول لكم إني ملك. I think it's the same ayat that we just did. We did yesterday. So now we're going to translate them. Okay. So let's analyze the ayah first. Let's look at the different parts. Then we can figure out how to translate this. So yesterday we had said that because there's qul here, that means this is a jumla fi'aliyah. Of course, we understand that. And we had also tried to analyze this. And we had said, qul, that is the amr. And then, of course, whatever comes after it. So the whole thing up to wherever it ends, that will be the maqul al-qawl of the first qawl. But then inside that maqul al-qawl, which is the maf'ul bihi fi mahalli nasab, there's another sentence which has another qul, la aqulu, right? So we have this part. La aqulu will be the nahi. Sorry, nafi, negation. La aqulu, I am not saying. And then of course lakum, we said that was the MBF. And the indi would be muqaddam, would be going back to khaza'inu. So this is the MBK. And this is our mubtada. I hope that part was clear because we had already figured out this part yesterday. Right? I hope it was clear. And then you have waw harf ataf. So this harf ataf, la a'lamu, goes back to la aqulu. So la aqulu, wa la a'lamu, wa la aqulu, all this, they're just like ma'tuf on each other, like that. So la a'lamu al-ghayba. What do you guys think? What kind of a sentence is that? La a'lamu al-ghayba.
جملة فعلية.
Yes. Yeah, so this is a jumla fi'aliyah. This will be our fa'il. And who is the fa'il?
The fa'il is هو.
لا أعلم.
أنا.
Oh yeah, sorry. أنا.
Yes, أنا. Yeah, so أنا usually you can easily confuse it with اسم تفضيل because you can look at it and you can see, is it اسم تفضيل or is it هو version or is it أنا version? What's happening here? So this can be confusing at times. But you just have to pay attention as who, if it is معطوف to لا أقول, and لا أقول means أنا, then this is also going to be أنا. And then الغيبة will be
مفعول به.
yes, because it has the fatha there, so that's our maf'ul bihi. And then you have this last sentence, which is also معطوف. ولا أقول لكم إني ملك. لا أقول لكم إني ملك. What is what?
جملة فعلية again.
Yes, another جملة فعلية. Yes, so this is our MBF. And then what is إني ملك?
جملة اسمية.
Yes, but what is it in this sentence?
مبتدأ.
Okay,
مقولة
so
القول.
yes,
مبتدأ. Okay.
yeah, and this inni would be the mubtada, of course, and malakun would be the khabar. But then the whole sentence, the whole jumla ismiya is في محل نسب مفعول به because it's the مقول القول of أقول. What do I say? Or what don't I say? Because this is لا أقول. I don't say. What don't I say? إني ملك. I don't say that I'm an angel. So that I'm an angel would be the مفعول به of لا أقول. So now we figured out all the parts. So now let's try and translate this. So we have قل.
Say.
So say, that's a command right there. لا أقول, so we begin the quotes. لا أقول لكم عندي خزائن الله.
I don't say.
To
you all.
What don't I say? عندي So you can just say like I have, or how do you say in the with okay,
With me.
let's say with me.
With me, the treasures of Allah.
Are because it's جملة فعل جملة اسمية.
Yeah, اسمية.
The treasures of Allah.
Of Allah.
And I don't know.
And
The unseen.
The unseen.
And I don't say to you all that certainly I am an angel.
Yeah, and I don't say to y'all. You can add the that or
That.
it's fine. Yeah, you can actually put it or you can leave it. It's fine. That I am inna. So there's inna there, and inna means like there's an emphasis. So we just know that. I don't know how they're going to translate this part, but like I'm definitely not an angel. I don't say to you that I'm in no way an angel. Something like that. Yeah. So that's basically the whole sentence structure. Anybody with a question there? I know that was so many brackets.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
You know how you said Alamu looks like a ism tafdeel? So we need to look forward and see if there's a min, and if it is there, then that becomes an ism tafdeel. Is that correct?
That's one way of looking at it, but sometimes ism tafdeel don't come with min. So if ism tafdeel is comparing two things, if it's used as a comparative. So okay, so you know ism tafdeel in Arabic both means comparative and superlative. Like there's no separate word for comparative, there's no separate word for superlative. It's just one word, ism tafdeel. If you put an al on it or you make it idafa, it becomes superlative.
Superlative.
Yeah. If you remove the al or it's not a mudaf, then it becomes comparative. So sometimes you can have it in a different way without the min. It could just be ism tafdeel. So it depends how it is being used in the sentence. But yeah, that's one way of actually figuring out between ism tafdeel and an ism. If you see a min after it, most likely it's going to be ism tafdeel. That's a good observation.
So any other tips to recognize an ism tafdeel?
If you see an al on it, it's going to be an ism. So you know there's not a fi'al. So that's another way of figuring that out. Or if whatever comes after it, it's going to be mudaf ilay majroor. If whatever comes after it is an ism and it's in jar status, it's going to be an ism tafdeel, not a fi'al. So it goes back to identifying fi'al or ism. Or if you understand a little bit of vocabulary, then you can just read the sentence and you know, okay, this does not mean I am more knowledgeable than the unseen, or I'm not more knowledgeable of the unseen. Doesn't make sense. So it means I know. So that's kind of like how you just figure it out. It comes with practice, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. ما أشهدتهم خلق السماوات والأرض ولا خلق أنفسهم. So again, I know we haven't reached the discussion about ma and the different kinds of ma, but what we have learned so far is that there's a ma nafia, ma of negation. So this right here, the one we're dealing with right now, is ma of negation, ma nafia. Okay, so that means already in the back of our mind, we know there's a negation here. So what do you think about ashhadtu? Is it an ism?
Yeah, I think it is فاعل ماضي.
Yes.
أشهدت أنا.
Yes. This is the فعل ماضي, and of course the فاعل is to. أنا أشهدت. And then of course whom would be
مفعول به.
yes, مفعول به. One. We'll call it one because we have, when we look ahead, we see خلق, and it's also nasab.
Second.
Yeah. So, but it's also light, no al.
Yeah. So it's مضاف and السماوات والأرض مضاف إليه.
Yeah. So, and then this would be our مفعول به number 2. The whole thing, basically. Right? I hope that's clear for everybody. Yes. Okay, and then we go to وَلَا خَلْقَ أَنفُسِهِمْ. So this is wow, in this case, is starting a new sentence because we can see, or it can be like connecting to the previous فعل ماضي, but because whatever follows it is a jumla ismiya of some sort, I would argue that this is a new sentence.
But since khalqa is
Oh
in
yeah,
nasab,
sorry. It goes back to this khalqa. I had not, yeah, my bad. I thought it was, yeah, so it goes back to that khalqa. So khalqa samawati wal ardi and khalqa anfusihim. Like, see how they kind of look the same? So that's how it is muta'alliq. So khalqa anfusihim would be,
So خلق أنفسهم, could it be better of the previous خلق? Is it possible?
to be badal. I don't think so. I don't think it's a badal because when you have badal, so there are 3 kinds of badal that happen in the Quran. So you have badal al-ba'd, badal al-kull, and badal al-ishtimal. Badal al-kull, it means you can replace the first thing with the second thing completely, and it will still make sense. So if I said ما أشهدتهم خلق أنفسهم, the meaning would change because خلق السماوات والأرض, the creation of the heavens and the earth, is not the same as their own creation. These are 2 different concepts. So the second kind of badal is if it's a part of it. One is a part of the other. Like, for example, I ate an apple, half of it. I didn't eat the entire thing, I just ate half of it. So half of it would be badal al-ba'd, some of it. And then badal al-ishtimal is kind of like, I'm talking about something, but then I'm explaining something else. Like, for example, when what it says in the Quran, يسألونك عن شهر الحرام قتال فيه. They ask you about the holy month, fighting in it. They're not asking you yani, about the month and how holy it is. What they're actually asking you about is the fighting that could happen in the month. So it's like, I'm asking you about this, but something else completely different. So I don't think it's a badal in this case because none of those apply here. So it's just
Ilham,
yes.
I'm sorry. Badal al-kull, you said it's just. Could you please tell it again? Could you please repeat it? Badal al-kull.
Sure. So for example, if I say I met my uncle Muhammad, I met my uncle Muhammad. If I said I met my uncle, if you know who my uncle is, you would know. If I said I met Muhammad, it's still, if you know my uncle is called Muhammad, you will still know. Like, I can replace one with the other completely, and you would still understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. The meaning of the sentence will not change.
Okay.
And also the other thing about badal, well, badal can be a sentence, but I don't think it comes with like a waw ataf. So it's just going to be like, I don't think you would have a harf ataf as such. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that, but yeah, it's just a hunch. But of course, as a badal itself, it doesn't apply. So it's just harf ataf. It's just ma'tuf. It follows whatever came previously. So the whole thing basically from here, خلق السماوات والأرض ولا خلق أنفسهم, this whole thing would be our MB2 متعلق به مفعول به الثاني, the second مفعول به. Is that clear?
Is خلق a master?
Is خلق?
Yes, a master.
Yes, the creation. خلق is a masdar. Yeah. And somebody else was asking in the chat if خلق or this la is la of categorical negation. It cannot be la of categorical negation because خلق أنفسهم, normally with a lam of categorical negation, we said it was followed by an isim that is like al-mansub, and then most likely it's going to be followed by a jar majroor, never a khabar. Of course, we don't know what's happening in the rest of the ayah, but just from the look of it, خلق is light because it's a mudaf, not because it's followed by Allah. So that's the reason why it's nasab and it's light. It's light because it's mudaf. And it's mansub because it's a maf'ul bihi of ashhada or ashhadtu in this case. All right. So let's translate this. So we said ma is negation here. Ashhadtu, which means I. So when you're translating jumla fi'aliyah, remember you start with the dua. So I did not do what?
I didn't testify.
I did not witness.
So ashhada, so shahada, shahida is actually sami'a yasma', shahida yashhadu is to witness. But then you take it and put it in aslama family. Ashhada is to make someone witness, right? So
I did make you all witness.
I did not make your witness. What?
The creation.
Sir,
It's you all or it's them?
Oh, them. Sorry, you're right. Them, because whom? Them. You did not make them witness the
creation of
Skies.
and the earth
skies and the earth.
and not
and we can say and not.
Themselves.
Is it neither nor?
Oh yeah, that's a better way of writing actually. Yeah, I neither made them.
Neither.
So yeah, we can say I neither made them witness the creation of the skies and the earth, nor
The creation of themselves.
yes, or their creation.
Also, yes.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. So neither did I make them witness the creation of the skies and the earth, nor their own creation. Any questions on that? Okay. فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون. So fa we know is harf ataf. La in this case is negation. Of course it comes with a mudari'. That's one way of negating mudari'. يحزنك. What do you think is happening there?
Is it hunna? Fa'al mudari?
Sorry, because okay, يحزن. So it was supposed to be يحزن, but then there's a sukun on the noon. So what does that tell you about the lam?
Lam nahi, that is forbidding lam?
Yes, this is forbidding lam. So that's how you differentiate between lam of negation and lam of forbidding. Lam of forbidding, if it comes with a mudari', there's going to be a sukun. It's going to be majzoom. But normal lam, like we saw here, where did we see? La aqulu. You see it's heavy. It's rafa. So this one is negation. But if it was, and also it's an aversion. But if it was something else, if it was you second person, then it would probably be amr. And in this case, when it comes with the huwa version, what meaning do we get?
Should.
Yes,
Should.
yeah. So it's more of a suggestion than a command or a forbidding. So that's just something to note. And then ka would be what? So these are fi'al.
Maf'ul bihi.
Yeah, so that's our maf'ul bihi. And qawluhum. Qawluhum. What do you think?
Fa'il.
Yeah. So this is the outside dua because it's rafa and after. And because yahzun is the huwa version, so we can look out for any outside dua. Then in yeah.
Qawluhum is the sister. Yeah, I'm sorry. Qawluhum is the outside door, right?
Yes. Qawluhum is the outside dua of yahzun. Yeah. What shouldn't sadden you? Their words. Like their words shouldn't sadden you. So you see when we're translating it, we start with the file, the thing that is doing the action, then the verb. Yes. Who else was asking? Was it you, Fahima?
So, yes, Sister Ilham, it's la. Just correct me if I'm wrong. La is used for both Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Fi'liya,
Yes.
but neither of them makes any difference unless it is lam of jins, right?
In Jumla Ismiya, then only lam of jins comes with only Jumla Ismiya.
Make singular. Yeah, but
cannot
if
come
it
with a
is
lam.
either of those, it can come with a normal Islam also, right? Lam, and it's just simple a negation.
Then it's not lam al jins. This is a
No,
specific
it will not be a lam
lam.
of jins.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I was asking la is with Jumla Ismiya also and Jumla Fi'liya also.
Yes.
And Jumla Ismiya, again, there is la, but it will have like lam of jins and lam of simple negation in Ismiya, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And this one, if you want to say negate this second person, it is nahi, forbidding one.
If you want to negate, no.
The second person, la. No?
It would just yes, you can use la, but then it would have a rafa. It will be marfu. It will have a dhamma and not a sukun.
A normal person in fail. Acha, yeah,
Yes.
correct.
Yes. Understood?
And in case if it is nahi, in case of nahi, it will have sukun.
Yes.
It will be lightest, and third person, if you want to negate, then it will be again third person lightest.
Yes, and it will mean should. It will be more of a suggestion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would this be family one? Oh no.
Yes.
Hazana yahzunu.
Yahzunu. Yeah. Nasara yansuru.
Nasra yansuru. So hazin would be the file. Hazana yahzunu. I don't know the master. Haznan or hazin.
Yes. Hazin. Hazin is a sad person. And if you're extremely sad, you can say haznan. Like you add mubalagha on it, becomes extremely sad person. Or hazin is also ism sifa. You can use hazin. Yes.
Sister Ilham, can you just please explain it again how the meaning of should will appear here?
Okay. So let me write it, the different lams. So you have lam that comes with jumla fi'aliya, which is, well, in this case is mudari'. And when it comes with the mudari', there are two ways. Yeah. So there are two ways in which it comes with the mudari'. So it can be majzoom. For example, let's just take that example of yahzunu. So you have yahzunu with a dhamma, or you can have yahzun. Actually, let's add another one. Tahzun. And let's add another one. Tahzunu. Okay. So these are the different ways the lam can come with the mudari'. Tahzun, you realize there's a sukun. So if I say la tahzun, I'm talking to the second person and it has a sukun on it. So that is me forbidding that person not to be sad. I'm actually forbidding you because I'm talking to the second person and it's majzoom because this is la nahiya. Okay. And then when you come to la, لا تحزنوا. I'm talking to the second person, but it has a dhamma on it, which means that it's the normal version. It's just a basic negation. I'm just negating the fact that you are not sad. Maybe somebody is coming to you and they're telling you, but I'm really sad. And you can see in their face they're smiling. You're like, no, you're not sad. Yeah? You are not sad. Or you are not being sad. لا تحزنوا. Yeah, which is a weird kind of sentence. And then you have the huwa version, now the third person. If it's يحزن with again the dhamma, that's just me negating. That's just me saying you are not sad, or he is not sad. لا يحزن, he is not sad. But if it comes with a sukoon and it's the huwa version, then I am suggesting that he should not be sad. So that's just the different ways the lam can come, with either the second person or the third person. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, it can also come with jumla ismiya. So if it comes with jumla ismiya, then you have two kinds of la. So la of just nahi. No, la of nafi. These two words normally confuse me. And then you have lam nafiyatul lil jins. So these are the two lams. If there's a dhamma on it, then that's just normal negation. I'm just negating normally. La kitabun, it's not a book. Yeah. But if I say la followed by nasab, by an isim that is nasab, it's going to be lam lil jins, nafiyatu lil jins. I hope that's clear. This should business normally it's a bit confusing, but then you get the idea of it. Okay. I'm going to delete that. Then we can go on. Now we can try and, we haven't figured out the second part of the sentence. So, إِنَّا نَعْلَمُ مَا يُسِرُّونَ وَمَا يُعْلِنُونَ.
مبتدأ.
Yeah. So مبتدأ.
نعلم فعل
خبر.
خبر.
خبر في محل رفع.
Yeah. And then inside the خبر.
نعلم فعل مضارع نحن. ما يسرون وما يعلنون.
Actually this is
No.
ما موصولة. Okay. Yeah, it just means what?
So it would be a maful bihi.
Yes.
يسرون وما يعلنون.
Yes. This is مفعول به. So let me explain that. Yes. Okay. So let me explain that. We already understand inna is the mubtada, and we already understand whatever comes after it is going to be the khabar في محل نسب في محل رفع خبر. That's clear. Then you enter into the brackets and you have a jumla fi'liya. نعلم is the fi'l, نحن is the fa'il, and then what do we know? ما يسرون وما يعلنون. This is what we know. So it answers the question what, and that means that is our maf'ul bihi. And of course, if you go inside that maf'ul bihi, ما يسرون, the grammarians will say ما is the ism mawsul and يسرون is the silatul mawsul. And waw is ma'tuf, is this waw goes back to that ma. So that ma is connected to that ma. And of course, يعلنون would be the silatul mawsul, لا محل لها من الإعراب. So that's just basically a brief of what is happening in the second part of the ayah. I hope that's clear.
Is the inna the harf nasab here?
No. Where?
The mubtada that you've marked before na'lamun.
Also inna, so it's inna plus na. So you can either say inna na.
Certainly we. Yeah.
Certainly we. Yeah. Yeah. So there are two ways of saying that. Inna na or inna. You can also when it comes to me, You can either say inni or innani. It's both fine. Okay, so let's try and translate this. فلا يحزنك قولهم.
Their
Yes,
words shouldn't sadden you.
Yes. Shouldn't sadden you. I don't know if typing would be faster. Let me try and
Certainly
type.
we know
Certainly
whatever they
we know.
hide and whatever they show.
Certainly, we know. Or
We
suddenly
know.
we, and then of course we know.
Whatever
Yeah.
All are hiding.
Yeah, whatever
they
they're hiding, whatever they're keeping secret. Because sir,
and whatever they're showing.
yeah, and what they're publicly displaying, what they're showing, and what they're making apparent or publicizing. I think I'm going to type because my handwriting is really bad and it's taking too long too. So I'm just going to be typing next. I'm going to use the pen just to show, but I'm going to be typing. Okay. I hope that's clear how we translated that. And then,
Yes,
yes,
sister. Silatul Mawsul does not have any i'rab, right?
yeah, you say لا محل لها من الإعراب. It doesn't
So we
have any
just say متعلق بالخبر لا محل لها. Yes.
you can't say متعلق بالخبر because it's not متعلق بالخبر. It's just صلة الموصول and there's no grammatical analysis for it. It's just صلة الموصول.
We should say just Silatul Mawsul.
Yes, and then you say لا محل لها من الإعراب, showing that it does not have any role in the grammatical analysis of things. Like you cannot say it's متعلق بالخبر, you cannot say it's مفعول, you cannot say it's فاعل. It doesn't belong anywhere. Like we just say it doesn't have any role in the sentence. That's kind of just how they analyze that.
Okay.
أم يحسبون أن لا نسمع سرهم ونجواهم. So يحسبون.
المضارع.
Yes. This is our fair. فاعل is home.
An plus noun.
Mubtada.
Yes.
And
yeah, okay. If you look at now this would be
It could
Jumla
be
ismiya.
maf'ul too, right?
yeah. So مبتدأ. And then we have
لا نسمع سر اسم الخبر.
and inside that خبر again الجملة فعلية. So much is happening.
And again مضارع نحن.
Yes. فعل and then yeah.
This is from Anna to Najwaya. Could it be maf'ul?
Yes.
ويحسبون.
Yes, it is definitely مفعول. في محل نصب. So the whole thing, that's how it's related back to يحسبون. And of course, remember يحسبون is one of those words that are متعدي لمفعولين. So it can take two مفعول. So probably if you continue with this ayah, maybe there's another مفعول again there. I don't know, but maybe there is. So just to remind you that this is one of those words. Okay. So سرهم ونجواهم. Yeah.
مفعول به.
Of Nasma, right? And of course, they are connected by a harf ataf. Wow. Okay, so let's come up with that translation then.
Is harf istifham?
Yes. So it means or. So or, do they think or do they assume? Do they? Yeah, we can use assume, or assume is a good word. So what do they assume? The whole sentence. Now you see how that works? And of course, anna means
That
that what?
we
Uh-huh.
didn't.
So because it's just a normal negation, we can say we do not.
Sister,
Yeah.
means or, right?
Yes, it means or.
So how this do comes? From where this do comes?
It
Like
just
how
makes
how
sense
we are
in
making
English.
it like a question?
Yes, because it's ism istifham. You know, English, it's not like Arabic. You have to, when you're translating, you have to make it sound like a sentence. Because in Arabic, all you need is all you need is a. But in English, like you can't just say or assume. We do not. It doesn't make sense. So
here means or do.
no, it just means or.
So how it's making it a question?
Do they? Because it is a question. Am yahsabuna? Do they think or do they assume that this and this and this? So it is a question word.
Oh, is it which one is a question word here? Is a question word and it's used for or too.
It means or.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing, I know. Like what you're thinking is you're thinking either this or this. That's what you're thinking. Yeah, so you can see it's almost like a question. Is it this or is it this? You
Okay.
can see it's kind of like a question. So that's how the Arabs understand like they understand is like a question.
Okay.
Yeah. But it comes in the beginning of a sentence. So that's just how Arabs do it. But for me to make sense as a question, I'm just adding do they. It's not there. You will not find it here, but it's because to make sense. And also, of course, yeah, beginning una ending means them. So maybe that's why I'm using they. If it was a different pronoun, if it was yahsabu, I would have said, or does he? Yeah. So the them I'm getting from yeah, beginning una ending. I hope that's clear.
I have a question.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I cleared it. Thank you. I was actually asking about the anna and was confusing it with the inna that we did previously, but I just saw it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good.
So sister, always comes as a question word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it comes, that one maybe I will have to figure out. I'm not so sure, but what I know is that it's a question word for now. I will go research and see.
No, also comes with the or.
It
If
is.
it
It means or.
So here I cannot say just or they assume.
You can't say, but it's still a question. When I say
Still a
or
question.
they assume
So
this.
if just I have to say or, I don't have to say a question. So how do I do that?
يحسبون. You just start with from يحسبون. They assume.
No, if I have to say or they assume, and I don't have to say a question. Suppose if I have a like any
Give me an
sentence where
example. Give me an example of a sentence where you're going to use or and it's not a question.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. You can't say or come in. Like, or is it this? Or are you coming? Or like it has to be like some sort of a question from my understanding. Yeah. Is it blue or green? Yes.
Yeah, we can use aw also, no, for or.
You can use aw. Yeah. Aw.
Aw.
Yeah, that also means or. And it's also
for,
a question word.
But we use normally in questions.
Yes. Yeah.
And also one of the meaning of is instead, right?
Yeah. It could mean instead. Yeah, that's it's a bit advanced topic, and I'm not really well versed with the differences between and aw, and I'm not yet there, but inshallah when I get there, because I'm still studying, and I'll be able to clarify exactly the different roles and how it is used. But for now I know it's a question word, and yeah, that's kind of how it's used in questions.
Can I just add that in Surah Baqarah, it says, أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم? So that's where it's not used as a question, but as a or, whether you want
Yeah,
them or not.
or not. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah,
And
could be it.
I think one time in the reader, like, are you an employee or an employer somewhere? I don't remember particularly.
Ah, yes.
Is used. Yes.
موظف
Yes.
something.
Talibun something, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Thank you for bringing that up. I had totally forgotten because all I know is that and especially if it comes at the beginning of a sentence. So you know question words come in the beginning. So if it comes in the beginning, it's most likely going to be a question. But if it comes in the middle, maybe it could mean like just or and form of not a question. Maybe that's the difference. But that's something I need to research further and find out. Not 100% sure.
But that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Mhm.
It makes sense. Yes. Yeah. All right. So let's continue. Or do they assume that we do not نسمع here سرهم,
Their secrets.
their secrets, ونجواهم. Najwa, it's like even secret conversations. I don't know how they will translate it here. Yeah, secret conversation. Yeah, private conversations, secret conversations. What did they say? Sirra, did they? Asrar? Oh, okay, make secret. So yeah. And their secret conversations. Okay. فبذلك فليفرحوا هو خير مما يجمعون. So what do you guys think here is happening? So we have بذلك, حرف جار, and it's اسم مجرور. Yeah. So this is متعلق with something. Don't know yet what it is.
Fail is there after it.
Yes. So فعل is after it. So متعلق بالفعل.
Then Fala is, I think, the lightest.
Yes. This فعل is lightest. So that's why it's not يفرحون. It's يفرحوا.
Yeah, يفرح.
Uh-huh.
فعل مضارع منصوب.
Yes.
هم.
The file is home. What do you think is happening here after that?
هو is مبتدا? No.
And then?
خير خبر.
Yes.
مما متعلق بالخبر. ما is موصول. يجمع صلة.
Yeah. Is that clear for everybody? So of course here there's a new sentence happening there. So there's a break in that chain because you cannot relate huwa to فليفرحوا. Like unless it goes back to ذلك, and maybe ذلك goes back to what's before. So unless we know what's coming before, we can't really say. So for our purposes, we just say huwa in this case is a new sentence. That's just how we're going to translate it. Is that clear?
And mimma is the min plus ma, right?
Yeah, min plus ma. Yeah. Okay, so فبذلك.
With that, so with that.
Yeah, so with that. فليفرحوا.
It should.
They should.
Be happy.
Yeah, we can say be happy or rejoice. That's the word they like to use.
It is better
From
what they collect.
Yeah.
What they all gather.
Yeah, collect or gather. Yeah, that's, I think, good translation. Any questions there? That was a bit shorter. Okay. So let's come up with some Arabic, translating from English to Arabic. Those mothers will carry their children to the masjid. Okay, so we have those mothers will carry their children to the masjid. What are we looking at? What kind of a sentence is this? Will carry. Yeah, jumla fi'liya. So we know this is our fi'l.
And those mothers will be fa'il, their children will be maf'ul bihi, and to the masjid will be muta'alliq bil fi'l.
Yes. Now that we know the parts, now it's just a matter of starting with the fa'il, then the fi'il, then the maf'ul, then the muta'alliq. That's the order. Then we come up with some Arabic.
Hamalat, carry, hamalat.
So those mothers, you have to think those mothers. I'm talking about hunna.
Oh.
But if we are writing,
Sorry.
أولئك أمهات, I think. أولئك الأمهات is مشار إليه.
Yes. But then because it's an outside dua, what are we going to do with the fi'l?
We can have
تحمل.
version.
Yes. Yes, the here version.
Oh,
تحمل.
Because it's the future, we will say we'll use mudara. So ستحمل.
ستحمل أولئك الأمهات.
Yes. what am I writing? أولئك الأمهات
أولادهم أو أولادهن, right?
Yes, أولادهن
المسجد
إلى المسجد. مسجد.
Yes, حمل يحمل. فتحمل أولئك الأمهات أولادهن إلى المسجد. Clear? All right. Our people were honored in that village this year. Were honored.
It's passive.
It's passive. We don't know who did the honoring, but we know who was honored, right? So immediately we know there's passive. And of course there's our people.
Naibul fa'il.
Naibul fa'il. Then in that village متعلق بالفعل. And this year yes, مفعول فيه, which is a ظرف. Or a ظرف, but we can say it's مفعول فيه. All right. So were honored. How do we say were honored? Yes. So akrama yukrimu is right. And then we have to remember that there's a naibul fa'il that is outside. So we either use the huwa version or the here version, right? Sayyida Fahima, you have something to say? I see you guys.
I was just answering.
Okay.
Just for the previous one. Sorry.
Sister, I have a question.
Yes, Saima, yes.
That in that village, so you can answer this question like where they were honored. So how to differentiate? It is not maf'ul fihi.
It can be. So what happens is, you know, we said, I think a couple of classes before, that the muta'alliq bil fi'l, the dharf, or the special mudaf can be used as muta'alliq bil fi'l in jumla fi'liya. But also because the muta'alliq bil fi'l is composed of a jar majroor, then the jar sometimes, you know, can be like fi, in, which also means a place. So we can say في محل نسب مفعول فيه. You can do that. You can say this متعلق بالفعل في محل نسب مفعول به. So some people look at it that way. Okay. So how do we say were honored huwa version?
Ukrima.
Ukrima.
Is it ukrimu?
Ukrimu. Ukrama yukrimu. Ukrima. What is it? Yeah. Ana ukrimu. But ukrima, they were honored.
Okay. Ukrima.
قومنا
قومنا.
قومنا
في
في
ذلك
هذه القرية
القرية.
That.
في تلك القرية.
تلك
Yes.
تلك القرية.
هذه
هذه
السنة.
سنة
سنة.
why
هذه
سنة?
السنة.
yes
because it is مفعول. It is a مفعول and there is no reason to be jar.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's basically it. So في تلك القرية, that will be the jar because في, and then هذه سنتها. Any questions there? Okay. They speak to their parents every day about their life.
They speak file and file.
So yeah, فعل فاعل, yes.
يقولون
مفعول به.
مفعول به to their parents.
Every day مفعول فيه.
and about their life. It's another
Again a
مفعول
second
به.
مفعول به.
So this is a jar
why
مجرور.
not متعلق yeah
Yes.
متعلق بالفعل.
Yes. Because it's عن حياتهم. So مفعول متعلق
So
بالفعل.
an easy way to like differentiate it will be like to see if there is a like harf of jar.
Yes. Yeah. So if you
Sister,
see
to
حرف
their,
of jar, it's going to be متعلق. Yes.
so to their parents, that will be also be متعلق بالفعل.
Yes,
Because to-
actually.
إلى.
Yeah. إلى. Yeah. But it depends how you write it. Can you write it as a مفعول? They speak. No, it comes with إلى. So you just have to use إلى, which is a حرف jar. So it will be متعلق بالفعل. Yeah. Or مع. It's either إلى or مع.
Who did they speak to? They speak to their parents, so it is not maful.
But there's a harf jar. So you can't, I was trying to imagine if you can just say they talk, their parents, like without the harf jar in Arabic. So for example, let's try and translate this and then maybe we can figure that out. So let's come up with the Arabic first. So what do you guys think? Which word do we use for it? تكلم. Oh. So they speak. Yeah.
يتكلمون.
Yes.
يتكلمون.
يتكلمون. Yes.
Yes. يتكلمون. I think it comes with ma, or we can use ila as well. So ila or ma, which is a harf of jar, both of them. Their parents. How do we say their parents?
والدة.
والدهم.
Yeah. Because you see that has a harf of jar, so it's going to be walidihim.
كل يوم.
كل يوم.
كل يوم.
عند
حياتهم.
حياتهم.
حياتهم. Yes. So now to answer your question, if this إلى or مع والدهم could be مفعول, you can't say it's مفعول به في محل نسب. You cannot say منصوب. You'll have to say في محل نسب, because you cannot just say يتكلمون والدهم. I don't think you can do that. So if you are able to do this,
makes sense. Yeah.
yes, if you're able to do this, then this would be the مفعول به. But I think it's married to one of these harfs. So that's probably why. Okay.
Sister, ma is not harf jar. I think it's jar.
Special mudaf. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, special mudaf, which would make it maf'ul fihi, actually. So,
Okay.
so in that sense, yeah.
How would we find out that يتكلمون is married to Ila?
Again, you just have to know because I don't know any other way. Like you hear they use it so much with ila or most of these harfs. Like, or you can go to the dictionary.
Yeah,
and
would
will
it be
tell
in
you.
the dictionary?
Yes,
Lane's
it will be.
lexicon or something? Okay.
Yes, it will be. It will be there. Yeah. It will tell you the different meanings that it will also have if it comes with different pronouns.
And
Like
one thing that
يتكلمون عن would mean about.
yes, and the one thing that I do that I don't know if it makes sense or not, but I try to try to speak in English. Like every time we see, I look the H is necessary, so I think the Nazara is married to Ila.
Yeah, that's a good trick. That's a good trick. Yeah, if you convert it to English and you realize it doesn't make sense in English, then you know it's married to that harf.
Sister, can you go to the previous example, second one? Here you wrote ukrima. It belongs to which family?
أكرم أسلم.
Aslama yuslimu. So how it came as ukrimu?
أسلم, it's passive.
It is passive, but it should be huwa or hiya version, right?
هو, yes.
So
قوم,
this is
قوم is masculine, so that's why we use the huwa version. If it was here version, we would have said ukrimat.
so no, is this huwa version? Because it should come with hiya. I'm just getting confused. I don't know.
Okay, so let's do the sarf of akrama. So you have akrama,
Yukrimu.
yukrimu, ikraman, fahuwa, then
Ukrima.
ukrima. So you see we are there. Ukrima.
Oh.
We found it.
Oh God.
Got it?
Okay, past. I'm into present.
Yes, past tense.
Okay.
Because honored.
Yeah, right.
ED.
Thank you.
Okay. Or rather, wa. Wa is what is telling us that it's Madi. If it was our people are honored, then we would use Mubara.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So let's look at the answers. I don't know if we have time to look at the answers. What do you guys think? Should we look at the answers? We can spend like maybe 5 minutes. Really quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
So قل, we said it was Amr and it's Anta version. لا أقول, it's what is B? B is مضارع معلوم, yes, and it's the Ana version. لكم, they said it was a مفعول because they looked at it as, I don't know why they said it. Did we say it was a مفعول? Because this we did yesterday. And
no,
I
we
think,
corrected it to متعلق بالفعل.
yeah, we corrected. We put 3.1. Yeah, because it didn't make sense as a مفعول. And then عندي, of course, is the متعلق بالخبر, number 3, and خزائن الله would be the مبتدا for that sentence. Then ولا أعلم الغيبة, غيبة is منصوب and it's the مفعول of أعلم, that's fine. ولا أقول لكم إني ملك, so إني مبتدا ملك خبر, that's fine. إن أتبع مفعول مضارع معلوم, and of course the dua is أنا. ما أشهدتهم, so ماضي معلوم, which is A, and then أنا version, and of course the hum bit is the مفعول, which is they're writing here number 6. فلا يحزنك قولهم, said it was the file, the outside dua for يحزن. And then إنا نعلم, نحن نعلم, so this is the مضارع معلوم. أم يحسبون, يحسبون, يا beginning una ending, so that's مضارع معلوم and it's the hum version. أن لا نسمع, نحن نسمع, so مضارع معلوم, نحن version. سرهم ونجواهم, it's connected, it's معطوف to سرهم, and we figure out that سر is actually the مفعول of نسمع, so that's why نجواهم is also the مفعول به. بلى ورسلنا, رسلنا, so it's the first رفع in the sentence, so this is going to be the مبتدا. فبذلك, they put this as a مفعول, but again we said this is wrong. This has to be متعلق because it's جار مجرور, and it's coming next and close to a جملة فعلية, so it's going to be متعلق بالفعل. فليفرحوا, again يفرحوا, yeah, beginning, it was supposed to end in una, but because of فل, the noon was hidden, so مضارع معلوم هم version. هو مبتدا, خير definitely would be the خبر. And then مما يجمعون, يجمعون, yeah, beginning una ending, so مضارع معلوم and the home version. Any questions there? Okay, so let's translate this ayat. So say, I do not say to you all, I have the treasures of Allah. So then they didn't put that, but just, you can also put the that if you want, because it makes sense. I do not say you all that, then whatever is in quotes. Or you can just leave it out. I have the treasures of Allah. Yeah, so I was wondering how to translate Indi. Yeah, so we wrote with me, but you can also say I have the treasures of Allah. Like, I don't say to you that I have the treasures of Allah, you know, nor do I, yeah, somebody pointed out this neither nor business, which was really good. So I do not say to you that I have the treasures of Allah, nor do I say that I know the unknown. So of course, all this goes back to I say. Nor do I say I know the unseen, nor do I say that I certainly am an angel. Again, certainly, because inni, yeah, then the inna is there. ما أشهدتهم خلق السماوات والأرض. I did not make them witness. So we said if you put it in the Aslama family, it means to make them witness. أشهد, make them witness. The creation of the skies and the earth, nor the creation of themselves. So neither did I make them witness the creation of the heavens and the skies and the earth, nor their own creation or the creation of themselves. فلا يحزنك قولهم. Then, so they are translating fa as then. So fa could be then, could be and, could be so, could be different things then. So then don't let their speech sadden you. So their words or their speech sadden you, or rather their words shouldn't sadden you, is the same thing as don't let them, or don't let their speech sadden you. It's more of a suggestion. It's not really a forbidding. It's more like I'm suggesting to you, don't let them, don't let their speech get to you or sadden you. Certainly, we know what you conceal and what you make public, what you conceal, what you make secret, and what you publicize or what you declare openly. أم يحسبون أن لا نسمع سرهم ونجواهم, or do they assume? So basically, yeah, I think when it comes at the beginning, it comes off as a question. If it comes in the middle, the then it's just going to mean or. So, or do they assume that we do not hear the secrets and the secret conversation? This is a rhetorical question that Allah is asking. And you will find a lot of rhetorical questions in the Quran as well. فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا هُوَ خَيْرٌ مِمَّا يَجْمَعُونَ. Then they should be happy with that. So they should be happy with that. Again, we put a full stop here because we didn't see any connection between فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا and whatever comes next. So you see how the Quran can be. Like you can have one ayah, two sentences in there. But we just assume that an ayah is a sentence. So we assume that when you reach the end of the ayah, we've reached the end of a sentence. But that's not how it works. Sometimes, you have three ayahs that's just one sentence. And sometimes you have one ayah that's three sentences. So that's just, you have to figure out the nahu of it. It's okay, Shahira, you can leave, no problem. And then,
Sister,
yes.
sister, the huwa here in the 5, it is referring back to the zalika.
I think so. I think it's going back to the dhalika, and dhalika is probably going back to something in the previous ayah that is mentioned. Maybe the Quran.
Maybe it is talking about Quran. Yes.
Yes, talking about the Quran.
Yes.
Yeah, it is greater than what they gather, what they collect. All that is fine. And then, so, oh, we were supposed to negate. Huh. I totally missed that part. So we did negate. So maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Since we're already looking at the answers, we'll just go through the answers and then we'll pick up tomorrow from the next part. So satahmilu, because we said it's an outside dua and it's females, so we're going to use the here version. So satahmilu ulaika al-ummahatu أولادهن إلى المسجد. I think that's exactly what we did. And of course, if you're going to negate the future, you're going to use لن. لن makes the مضارع light, so that's why لن تحمل. And then the rest just remains the same. Nothing changes there. And then our people were honored in that village. So أكرم, we said it was passive. قومنا, the نائب الفاعل. في هذه. Ooh, this is a mistake. So في ذلك, because that village, not this village, that village. في ذلك القرية هذه السنة. Yep, that's exactly what we said. And of course, if you're going to negate this, so if you're using lam, you will use lam plus مضارع مجزوم. And then the rest stays the same. Nothing changes to the sentence after that. If you're using ma, you'll use ma plus ماضي, and you won't change anything after that. Okay. Then they speak to their parents every day about their life. يتكلمون مع. So like I said, it's married to مع. It comes with مع. I'm not so I wasn't sure what إلى, but مع. والديهم. Yeah. I think we just said what did we say? والدهم. والدة. We just said, I think, one parent.
We made it like jar.
While
Use
والدهم.
ila, right? So we made it jar.
Yeah, but we didn't factor in two parents. So you see here, yeah, they made it two, duo.
It's walidan.
Yeah, walidani, walidaini, walidaini. But because it's a mudaf, it's going to be light, and then you attach the pronoun there. So I think that's where you would find. Nada Nuri, these exercises were posted in the group, so you can check in the group. It comes with the solutions as well. You won't find it in Bayyinah. It's just, I don't know where it came from, but yeah, that's where you'd find it. And then, so if you're going to negate a mudara', you can use la, or you can use ma. So that's fine. And of course, it doesn't have any effect. It is going to remain rafa. يتكلمون لا يتكلمون. And that's the end of that part. And inshallah, next week, we pick off from part 2. Yes.
Sister, Kariyata is feminine, right?
Yes. Tazata marbuta.
Zalika will come there as a pointer.
Yeah, we used tilka actually. That's the one we used. This guy, I made a mistake. Yeah, so it's supposed to be tilka. Thank you for pointing that out. Tilka. Yeah. Yeah. Any other comments, clarifications, corrections before we end? We're a few minutes over. And if not, I'm going to officially end. So سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.